Room, right?
I want to hear about your first dates for this weekend. Give me a second. I'm gonna go subscribe real quick to the channel. Just give me. I'm gonna be a little. Give me 1 second.
Who will go first?
Yes, Huang, you must go first. You must tell about your first date. What was the experience?
Why not you?
Okay. But ladies first. In my country, it is called ladies first. But as you have passed your chance to me, so I would be telling you. Actually, in my country, we people are a bit narrow-minded or orthodox. We believe on rituals, virtues, values, all these things. So I was around 17 or 18 years. So I used to like a girl. And we didn't have mobile phone. Even I did not have that landline connection at my home. So my friend has landline connection in his home. So I just give the number of my friend's landline connection to my girlfriend. Actually, she was a friend. We couldn't become a boyfriend and girlfriend, right? So let me tell you how was that experience the first time I met that with that girl in different place. So I told her that on that day I'll call you, or you make me call in that number, and she called me from public booth. So I went to my friend's home at the same time, exact time, and she called. Then we decided a time to meet, right? So we did not have any kind of communication those moments. We didn't have any kind of facility. How could we talk? So we just decide the date and time, and we meet. And we were so punctual to meet, because we don't know that like the way we are today's era, we skip many things. We don't care the time. We are not disciplined. But that moment we were so disciplined. So the exact time we met, we just roamed in market and wandering in a market, and that's it. We just talked something, and she came with her small brother. It was not easy for the girls to move out alone for some work in India. So she came with her small brother. So we were just talking, and that's it. So that was a kind of small first date for me. And it was not the exact date. So it was my experience first time that I met a girl, and I talked to that girl publicly. So that was my experience.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Even I did not.
Interesting.
Even I did not know what the meaning of dates. Now I can realize, yeah, that was the date. That was the first date. I could say that was my first date. And after that, we had many dates, many dates like that. We get some experience by having some different kind of dates, and we become clever.
Shashira, you mentioned some really good points. Like being able to meet with someone right now is such a different thing than it was before the pandemic. Even when we were all teenagers, I remember that feeling of nervousness. When is she gonna come? When are they coming? And then from there, it's like, okay, so what are we gonna do? I don't know. I guess we could just walk around. Yeah.
Exactly. We were not decided. We were just thinking, okay, where we have to go, what we have to do, and what to do, like that. So we were so shy, and girl also feels shy. They were not. We were not chatterbox. We were chatterbox at our own places, but with girl and with boy, so we become so gentleman, so innocent.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, and we try to be good in front of that girl, a boy.
Absolutely, sure. Our best self.
So who's gonna be the next? Yes,
I want to go next.
Yes, Dan, you must.
But you know what? I have such a hard time thinking of the first date. Like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and just start talking. If you don't mind, Miss Huang, I don't know if you wanted to go next.
No problem. Please go ahead.
Okay,
I'm curious.
so this was, we were definitely not college. This was high school, not middle school, but high school. I guess almost before you get your, what do they call it? Not the diploma, like right before college, right around that time. I remember it was getting a phone call, and you know what? All right, good. I got it. I remember one time I got a phone call, like just, someone just called my house. This was when landlines were the only thing. I had no cell phone.
Mhm.
And it was this girl. She wasn't even in my school. She went to another school, but she knew a friend, one of my friends. She knew one of my friends. And I think she says, hey, can I talk to Dan? And fortunately, I answered the phone. It wasn't my parents that were like, all right, who are you? Why are you calling here? It was me. So I was like, yeah, this is Dan. And she's like, hey, this is, I'm just going to change your name for, privacy concerns. This is Jane. I was wondering if we could, maybe hang out sometime. And I was so shocked. And I knew her, of course. It's not like I didn't know who she was. And later on, we go ahead and set the meeting time. We meet at the actual school on a Saturday when it was closed, like it was during the weekend. And it was me with my friend. And then and then she came alone. And I remember just meeting up there. And from that point on, like we were just kind of just hanging out there and talking. But what came to my memory, something that I haven't thought about in a long time, was the fact that she called my house, and it's usually the guy that does that, and of course, ever since then, I've been the more taking the initiative. But that was interesting. Wow, I haven't thought about that memory in such a long time. All right, that's my story.
Great.
Wow. Amazing. How about you, Ramon?
I think I'm
So
in the
first
wrong
date.
chat. I think today I am in the wrong chat.
No.
You are in the right
But
place.
I'm a good listener. So go ahead.
Raymond,
The first
everybody
date.
has very interesting story about the first date. This Dan has told the interesting thing, and I have also shared my
Yes,
experience
that's
about the first date. So you
interesting.
must also share with us about your first date.
It was interesting. You're asking me a really difficult question. I need to go back in the past. Okay, let's recall the memory. I think it was not really a first date, but when I was starting the university, when I was like 17, 18. And it was most likely that on the weekends you go to the university, most of the time or you're in the library, but we were in how do you call it, the classrooms. The classroom was spread over the campus, and you can go enter and you study. And that is what we did. And yeah, it was like making appointment, like, oh, I'll see you here in this room, and etc. And then sometimes there was food, there was drinks. So we were studying. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, and that's it. It was fun. It was a really great time because you also get motivated, like, hey, I'm going to see somebody, and you're studying, and then you're passing maybe the first year of university, and that was it.
Yeah, exactly. You get excited, you get motivated to meet up with someone.
Yeah, you're going to see someone, exactly.
Every time someone says something, I remember more things. I guess later I'm gonna want to share some more experiences, but obviously, I'll wait my turn.
You can go ahead then. You can continue.
Just
Tell
really
me,
quick.
Carl, what
Just-
about you?
Just really quick.
Yeah.
In university, I remember there was this girl in my chemistry class, and this has to be the first time, like going back to the first example, she approached me, she called me, but now I had to be the one to approach her. That I saw this girl in my chemistry class, and I noticed her, and I was like, man, I really need to. I want to talk to her. I want to be able to just go up to her and say hi. And one day I did. I said hi. I don't remember what I said, but the point is, she was like, oh, hey, cool, and we ended up, studying together, like how Rahman said, just get together and study. And college studying has to be like, I don't want to say the best excuse, but it's a really good reason. Hey, maybe we can study together. Like, never fails.
I want to tell you one more interesting story. How I met to one of my girlfriend, and actually, when we have school, colleges, so that moment we can meet, right? When everything is closed, so we cannot meet because nobody is coming out from the home, and if someone is coming from the home, so they are with someone else. So how we decided to meet, what we did, we filled a form of examinations, of banking examination. Okay, we both filled the same form and we put the same location, that is in Lucknow. Okay, but our center were different, and at the time of exam we both went to that center of examination, and I went alone over there, and she came with some other people, some cousins, like that. So after the exams, she just left that place, and she went in any shop, and she didn't tell these things to her cousin, and she called me from public booth that I am in that shop and you have to come there to meet me if you want to meet. Then I searched that shop, that place. Somehow it took around more than 1 hour because that's a different place. And she was just in that public booth cabin for making a call to me. And that was summer season. She was sweating, perspiring a lot. And we could give around 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes. We talked only for 5 or 10 minutes. We just saw each other and we talked, and that's it. And then her cousin came at the same place and we just became unfamiliar to each other, and she went with him. So you can
She saw her cousin. She was like, uh-oh. And then she just like, oh, man.
So those kind of interesting things were there. Yes, when I remember those interesting stories, I could understand that how the love at that moment was important. So we couldn't continue the relationship, miss friendship or relationship, that could be said. But that was a different kind of experience.
Yeah, it sounds different. And also, I like that she took the initiative. She's like, hey, you know what? I'm here. You got to come see me now. I like that.
Why your call is busy? Why you're online like that? So these kind of things are in today's era, in today's time. You can see if your girlfriend or boyfriend is online, if you're online, so why not talking to me? Why your call is busy, like that? This kind of question. And one more thing I have seen in one restaurant, a couple of years back, I went in restaurant with my friend and I saw two couple came and they just exchanged their mobile phone, and they just start watching the mobile phones, and they were not talking, and they were just reading the message. And after some time they started fighting each other. They started shouting and they went away from that place.
Yes.
Ooh,
In
that's
Vietnam,
dangerous. Go ahead, Huang.
in Vietnam, like my parents, they are so strict, Yeah, especially they are like ex-soldiers. Yeah, they are from the army, so that's why they are so strict. So they said that if they notice that something different from me, so that everything will be different. So when I go at the university, oh my God, so You know, like every day they went to visit me. But one day, in my class, they like celebrated and organized a meeting and like a party for women. I mean, that's on Vietnamese Women's Day. Yeah. So surprisingly, I mean, we have just 9 girls in a class with 55 members. Yeah, 55 members. All the was men, only 9 girls. So, oh my God, such guy made me like embarrassed because that guy brought a big roses because he knew that I love roses. So he prepared big roses and he sang a song. Oh my, and I was very afraid. I didn't know what happened. So just 9 girls, but this guy just prepared only one big rose for me, and other girl was very small roses. That's that's
That's the
but I said,
VIP treatment right there.
yeah, that kind of privilege. So
Princess treatment.
yeah,
Yeah, we
but
should
right
go.
now he's very rich. He's very rich.
Okay, unlucky you are.
Yeah, very, very unlucky because I rejected that's the relationships. I've I just worry about my future. I didn't know where I
Your future could have been
work.
more good with him.
Come
I
on,
hope.
how can you say that, Sashiraj? Maybe he may be rich by money, but Huang is rich by knowledge. Maybe he is unlucky. You
Maybe,
have a girl in house.
yeah, maybe he could have good heart, good knowledge. That's why he's able to make money.
Not sure. You know what? Sometimes the people get lottery and get lucky.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And sometimes it can also happen that the person become hardworking. He start thinking about himself and his future, his career, and all everything. And many times people changes their attitude, behavior, everything, and they become rich and they become respectful.
Yeah, it happens. The stories are there,
So
but
both the
both the
things are
sides.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, and now we
I'm
still
taking
keep in
Huang's
touch.
side.
Yeah,
Okay, you are taking
and
Huang side. I'm also Huang side.
he
Huang,
send me flowers every year with in my like birthday.
Wow.
You left an impression.
Mm.
okay, Sarah, now it's your turn to share something about.
Yeah, Sarah.
Oh gosh. Seriously, guys, I really don't have anything of that. Like, I don't have any. I mean, I never went for anything. I always say no.
So you were so
So,
studious, only paying attention on studies, 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 studies.
Yeah, very diligent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, see, the problem is like both my parents were from government department, so they are from health department, and they are little bit popular.
Hmm.
So some people were scared to come around me, and so did some came, and even they planned for kidnapping me even in the story. Like movie, it all happened, but what to do? I was so strong that when the things were happening during school days, I said like, oh, we are in school, we are so young, it is just infatuation. I was thinking like that. Then moved to engineering college. Then I thought that it is study time, we have to be successful. Then when I finished college, I ended up here, like I came here. So things change, and after coming here, even I didn't realize that okay, I will share you an experience, maybe that would be better. There is a colleague of mine. He is an Aussie born, and what to say, he was like like Raksha Bandhan. Raksha Bandhan is the day in India where people tie a rakhi, a thread around the guy's hand, and from that day on, she takes that guy as a brother. Okay, I was celebrating this in my office, and this guy thought that she's giving something, and he also got that rakhi. But when he asked for the meaning, I explained him the meaning, and he said, "Oh God, you changed our relationship. I was waiting to do something else when your birthday comes, but you changed the relationship." He said. Then I thought, okay, I I did something good, I thought. So that's how I have been like not noticing sometimes. Sometimes I don't think that it is not the right time. And sometimes I always go for the opinion of my parents.
Mhm.
So whenever somebody come to me, I take it to my parent and say that this guy is saying that. And they will say that, no, 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 it's not the time, something like that. So what to say? I don't know. Maybe that princess has to come in the hearse, then he has to impress, then I would fall for it. So yeah, that's my experience. I'm really sorry, guys. I was giving a
Prince,
good experience.
the prince has to come with big flowers, and he has to,
Yeah, yeah. They have to borrow Miss Huang's flowers.
Maybe they want to, they made surprise.
Yeah,
So,
who knows, Miss Huang? Actually, from our side, like we people are mostly having this arranged marriage culture.
oh yes.
So maybe my whatever my parents choose for me, that's what. Because I remember my mom asked me recently that what is your choice? Do you have anybody in your mind? I told her that I don't have anybody in my mind, and my choice would be like a person who is a who can earn money and who don't depend on who shouldn't force me to work or anything. I will
Oh,
work for sure, but it has to be a
understandable.
yes, yes. It shouldn't be like a forcing type. And also, I said like the person has to understand me, and he should be friendly with me. That's all I said. And also, I can't tolerate the smell of smoke, so I just gave that request to my mom that the person shouldn't smoke
Same
or
here.
yeah, smoke or
I have
drink. I said,
smoked
All
um,
right.
what happened to Miss Huang? I couldn't hear
She
her.
was frozen.
people smoking.
Okay.
Guido. Guido, I'm gonna put you in breakout room.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Miss Huang, I can.
I don't know what happened with internet connection here nowadays. People stay at home, so that's why they are using
They're using.
internet a lot.
Mm.
Mm, so that's problem.
But we
So,
got your point.
Sarah,
Yeah,
Sarah,
yeah,
I know about arranged marriage there, but
yeah.
some families they have like mutual consensus with marriage when the children was 3 or 4 years old. How about the opinion? What is the opinion about that?
What do you mean by? You mean the childhood engagement? That's what you're meaning by?
Yes, yes. The parents they arrange very
Yeah,
early.
but most of the time, what happens is the kids when they grow up, they themselves have the different opinion and they themselves explain their situation they are in, and if they are not comfortable, they are telling that. And sometimes people can't speak. There are situations because in my state, what happens is if the girl marries without the parents' consent, the parents even kill the girl or the groom or something like that. So those events are happening. They're so adamant. The parents are sometimes so adamant in their decision. So things are happening like that. So it depends. But I personally, in my point of view, I would say that that is totally not right. How do you define that? Because the guy may become a very, very better person and the girl may be a loser, or the girl may become a better person, the guy may be a loser. How can you bond them when they don't even understand what is marriage and what is a relationship and stuff like that? But it is still happening, but it is not in that level before, like before 30 years. Now people and even the kids are so strong in their own decision making, and they decide their future with even with education as well. Because before, the people, like the parents were the one who was taking the stand, like you have to become a doctor, you have to become an engineer or lawyer, something like that. But now the kids are sure that I want to become this so and so. So my focus will be this. Because recently I met a girl, she finished her 12th standard in India, and her choice of thing is like she wanted to enter into the stock market and she wanted to invest in the stock market, and she asked for money like 10,000 rupees in Indian money, and she started it, and she's getting some profits, and she's going to explore that for another 1 year, and then she will decide about her future college and university. So kids are so strong now.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, who was it?
Hello? Okay. There were two good points from your discussion, Sarah. The first one about communication with the parents. Here in the West Side, people are more liberal into deciding who they can marry. But even then, like, if you don't talk to your parents about it, if you just go marry someone without even talking to your parents, it's really gonna hurt the relationship with the parents. And I guess one could argue that, you know, people on the West Side, they might not even have good relationships with their parents to begin with. But let's assume that, you know, everyone is okay. And communication, you know, like if you want to marry someone, it's really hard to say, you know what, mom, dad, I really like this guy, I really like this girl. But I agree. I think it should at least be, you know, communicated before just, you know, going to Vegas and eloping. And the second point is, yeah, these days, kids, the young generation, they're able to make decisions. And it's a good that parents aren't so adamant in controlling the destinies of their young ones. You're going to get married this age, you're going to go to college. They're allowing them to be able to decide a little bit more. But that, once again, you know, it all comes back to communication, because it's good to, like, you know, not just decide something, you know, when you're in a family, when you have especially when you have a partner, you know, when you have a partner, you don't just say, all right, you know, I'm going to go just buy this car because I can. Communication, you got to talk about it. So yeah, I feel that.
Ellie wants to say something.
Yes, first of all, I want to say hello to all of you and good evening.
Good
Hi,
evening.
Ellie.
And hi everyone. And can I talk about some of this question?
Yes, sure.
Yes, I want to talk about the second question. What are some places you could go on a first date? There are a lot of places that are reasonable to meet somebody. I mean, you can meet somebody in a restaurant, in a cafe, in the park. What is better? You choose cafe or restaurant. And everywhere that you and your partner are comfortable, you can choose. It depends on your personality and your partner personality and your situation. And if your family know about your date, you can meet your partner at home, and you can allow to your family, your mother, I mean your parents, to visit your partner and know him or her. Thank you for giving my chance.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Ellie.
My pleasure.
Julian, Diaz, and Tom. Could you unmute yourself? Julian, Diaz, and Tom, are you here? Okay, we could move to another question. So, Raymond, do you want to say something about what are some places you could go on first date?
Well, the university, the campus, the library. Oh, okay. Maybe a bit more formal. Maybe, yeah, I would go maybe walking through the city, and then go to a restaurant, but doing something together, I would say.
Hmm.
But university is a bad choice, definitely. because you have to hide from the professors and
Mhm.
people, right?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that. We have to be careful because we do want to go to a public place. We're not gonna be like, yeah, come to my house or let's go to this hotel. No. But there has to be a certain level of discretion. Yeah, going off of what Sarah said, we gotta be mindful of that.
Yeah, I think exploring a different place, you go to maybe a place that is close by or just the city going around. And then I think maybe, of course, you're going to eat something or drink something. So you're going to visit the place. Then instead of like, okay, you know what, we're going to have a date. I'm going to meet you at the restaurant. No, I think just meeting at the place and then going around and to know each
for-
other, asking
How about the
questions, talking
theater?
to each other.
Movie
Yeah,
for
theater.
example, you can suppose you wanna meet your partner for the first time in the cinema. All of place is dark. How can you wanna see him or her very well? And everything can
Dark.
distract you. And for that, I prefer meet my partner in the restaurant or cafe, especially with the light music, because or both of us can concentrate to each other better and talk together in comfortable situation.
Yes, I've made the mistake many times early on of going to the cinema. And what I hate about the cinema is I want to talk to the person. I want to say something to them. I want to enjoy their company, but we're just watching a screen. So like after like maybe 5 times, I'm like, you know what? Hey, let's go to the movies. Let's not go to the movies.
Shashiraj, what's your opinion? Like, where would you take?
Yeah, I think that movie theater, that's a better choice. And yeah,
Oh,
we have many restaurants, many
Wow.
private restaurants we have in our country, so we can go there. Not in our country, in my city. So we have some like you might have heard about CCD, Cafe Coffee Day. So we had some personal cabins, so you can go and you can talk personally, and you can enjoy the date. So these kind of places we have. And I also miss if we are not able to decide this where to go, what we have to do. So I just I just tell that okay, we can go in long drive, and in car we can have everything whatever we want to enjoy in the car. And that's a nice place. Means nobody can disturb you, nobody can see you because you're driving and you're also watching different kind of places. So I think
Yes, Sashira, a drive has to be like the best. You come in there, you got the music going. Long drive is amazing, especially if like your city has long highways and stuff like that. I agree with that one.
And
Wow.
especially with Indian couples, like if it is like Indian couples are trying to date, it's better they date privately because they have to
yeah,
hide from their families. And
exactly.
they
They
have to be secretive.
even men and
what is
women,
a little
yes, they are so
dangerous?
scared from their
Yeah.
family, from their parents. How they face if someone if their parents come to know about that, yeah, you have gone with someone and that guy or that girl, and after the entire things, when you go to your home and your parents already know all these things, so how you are going to answer, how you are going to face, and what all the questions they'll be asking you. So that day becomes so bad day. You also cannot regret. You can't regret. You can't repent because you went to enjoy that moment, and you can't say that why did I go.
Exactly. It has to be worth it. It has to be worth the pain.
So these kind of things are happening. So
You know
Sorry, go
what,
ahead.
guys? I just wanted to tell that my parents' marriage is a love marriage, actually. So what happened with my parents' story is like the maximum dialogue they had was good morning because they both are from health department, and my dad's was in the eastern side and my mom's was in the northern side. So they have to go to the office, right? They meet at the junction, they wish good morning to each other, they see each other's face, that's it. That's the I mean the whole day conversation they would have, because during that period they don't have this mobile phone culture or even the pay phone. So definitely they can't have mobile, I mean any other means of communication, right? And even they can't send letters because letters go to their home and they can't do it. So they had this only way of communication, like good morning. And when they are passing the register or something, and then they will pass this message through that person saying that if you are free this evening, this temple you come, and it's like a worship place. They go there and they will see each other, and that's it. They will be praying for the god, but still they will see each other. That's it. That's a maximum 15 minutes they would have. So theirs was a different like that experience. So that's how the Indian stories are mostly.
Even Indian movies are interesting.
Yeah.
Become so popular in not only in India, in all over the world. And few actors, they are known for their romance, like Shah Rukh Khan and Amir Khan and some other actors, Hrithik Roshan. So these people, these actors are known for their romantic movies.
Because they give tips for the couples actually, how to go hide.
Yes, exactly. And they also tell a lot of
Hashmi, Imran Hashmi.
yeah, Imran Hashmi.
It is a different level. That is this new age level.
He's
Not
a
for the old
famous.
couple.
He is a uh, well required or well beloved or liked by the girls. Imran Hashmi especially, and few actors they were liked by all the people. And we had also old actors. They died, like Dilip Kumar and some other actors were there. They were also romantic around 50 years or 60 years before. So we all have learned these things from these actors, and how they have learned, we don't know.
Sasiraj, I heard that some guy, some actor, famous actor, they committed a suicide because of love or something like that, right?
Mhm. Yeah, actually, don't
Sushant
nobody
maybe?
knows Sushant Singh Rajput, and just a few months
Kunal?
before, Siddharth Shukla. He was also an actor. He was not famous actor like Sushant Rajput, but he was also good actor, and he was murdered or committed suicide. We don't know exactly. We don't know more about all these things.
Miss Huang, one thing that in India, there are a lot of actresses dying due
Mm.
to suicide, and they are
Oh,
they are doubting that it would be a murder, or else they would have borrowed some money from somebody, and
Mm.
the
oh,
lenders may be doing something to them. So some issues are there, but nobody is knowing the full story about a particular actor or actress how they died. So it's
that's
still a
sad.
yeah. Only the closest people would know that, and that's it. When the people are aware of the things, they would stop. That's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually, how much they get the popularity, that much they get the responsibility, and that much they get
pressure.
the problems.
Yeah.
And they were the growing actors. They were grooming,
Yeah.
and their movies were popular like that. Mhm.
Like the celebrities, some people here in Vietnam also, they are living under high pressure by rumor, by bad comments from audience.
Mhm. So that's why
You know what?
So
it is important to improve everything: body language, communication skill, and you need to be free from your free from your all the financial burden. You should not make pressure on your mind, and you should talk. Everybody should talk. Means many times they don't talk, they don't share. So just because of that, they commit suicide. They are not sharing these things to others. Otherwise, they could have saved their life.
I
Many
wholeheartedly
girls
agree,
they committed
Shashadar.
suicide.
Just expressing yourself, letting it out, at least maybe not to the world, but maybe just maybe one or two people that you trust. especially if you have a partner. But I will say though, at first it can get a little bit difficult to open up to your partner. You know, because guys, we're supposed to be macho, we're supposed to be man, we're supposed to be strong. We can't be vulnerable. But a real partner won't care about those things. So I agree with you. You gotta let it out.
But still, Dan, I would say that even the closest people may be the worst weapon of your life. You know,
Mm,
they may be the
obvious.
That's
real
true. I was
reason
supposed to say
because
this thing.
yes, because see, when you get certain height, like getting a name or a fame in your life, that's it. Your life wouldn't be anymore a private life. It would be a public life. Anybody can comment, anybody can take over you, and they can pass their whatever comments, and it can easily hurt you because you can't trust anybody. The closest people will try to take a picture of you and share it to people and make it like a money or some profit out of it. So everybody would be literally liars around you mostly. You
Mm,
can't trust anybody, and because of this, the actresses, after reaching certain height, some are really bold. They learn from their lesson, like sorry, they learn from their life's experience
Hmm.
that okay, these all things happened, these all rumors came because of this event, so I trust nobody, I believe on myself, and I'm going to be strong. That happens to certain actresses. But some actor and actresses are really sensitive. They're really in need of a person to listen to them, and they don't know who to trust. And even they try to trust somebody, and that somebody also becomes a fake person in their life, and that's it. They get into depression, they get negative feelings, and that's it, they're done. So
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about celebrities, I totally get it. You know, celebrities, their situation is very different from most people. They have an excess of attention and an excess of money. Absolutely, it's going to attract a lot of snakes, if I can use that word. Got to be careful, right? I guess the good thing about us right now is we're not famous yet, so you know we can see who we can really trust. It must be hard to think that you really have no one, not even to talk to. I'd like to think that there's some solution or something can be done. Yeah, it's tough.
then actually I had that experience in my life, because when I was in school and college, I was famous that because of my studies and sports. I was good in sports, I was good in studies. So I was having this name or fame kind of that I was representing my school and university. So finally, I had this trouble that at one point of my life, I become the lonely person where nobody was there. Even the girls wasn't there standing beside me and guiding me or helping me out. But what happened is I become the worst depressed person. I went into deep depression that I didn't eat food or anything. I didn't take care. And I literally was silent for 10 days or plus. Then my parents were continuously showing me so many things. And then after that, I realized my life. Out of that, I came and now I become the strongest girl. And I'm still growing. And also, I made sure that I would be the helping hand for the people like me who are in need of a person to listen them. So that's what I'm doing every day. And it has become my habitual thing in my
That's
life.
wonderful. So then you would be someone that would be trustworthy. So that's good.
Exactly.
You know, and
Exactly. That
hopefully
experience
people
turned
can
me.
see that. Absolutely.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for telling. Okay, so do we have any other person, any participants who wants to say something? Hi, Adrian.
Yeah.
Hello, Shira. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much.
All right.
So we have topic that is first date. So would you like to give the answer of any questions? Let me share the questions once again. Just see the questions. It's for everyone. See the question. If you like any questions or if you want to answer of any questions, you can share. We all have given the answer of two or three questions we have discussed. So the third question is it important to be punctual in your first date? Yeah. Is it important? Who wants to say that about it?
For girls, no.
For girls,
I
no.
say Yeah, not during your first day. That's always important to be punctual, right? That's just like to show respect, I suppose, to the other person. Yeah, definitely.
And when the girl is punctual and she comes in the right time, and boy is getting late, and maybe he's stuck in some traffic, the girls start calling
No, I hate
calls and
waiting.
calls, right? So many calls. And after that, she tells it, okay, just don't come and I'm going. Okay, now you don't need to come.
Yeah. Well, I suppose this is not just a women's thing, right? Also, men do that do that very often, I suppose. But it's very common. You're right. Yeah.
And when boy is waiting and girl is not coming, right? She's late. So boy never will say anything that so why you are late like that. It's, okay, you can have time. You just take time. Come with comfortable. Don't take any kind of risk like that. So he can wait for more than 1 hour or 2 hours. And I have seen in movies,
Yeah.
many boys, they wait for entire day, and sometimes they wait for years and months. There is one
Wow.
movie that is Man. It is in Hindi. It's a movie of Amir Khan. So that was a beautiful movie.
Afsan,
Miss Ali.
sorry.
Okay, is there any other person? Sandesh, do you want to say something? Is it necessary to be punctual in the first date?
Yeah. Yes, I 100% agree with this statement. So it is necessary to everyone to be punctual, because once we are punctual, then we respect time, others as well as ours. If you are, keep waiting someone, it means you are not respect to others, his time. So if it is first date also, uh, you should be punctual.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, at least to first date. At the first date, both boy and girl should be punctual, right? So it means after the communication, after everything. So miss, if anybody is going to be late, so that's okay. It can be managed. But at the first moment, if boy or girl is going to be late, boy can manage. But sometimes girls, they feel that miss, they start feeling some different things like that. I don't know that happens or not exactly. Sometimes that
No,
happens.
it does happen.
That happens.
Girls feel like insecure.
Yeah.
The guy is not having a good idea on me. Maybe
Yeah.
some doubts.
Yeah,
Right.
actually, girls' timing is fixed. Means they told that I'll come within 1 hour or 2 hours. So within a 2 hour, they need to be in their home. So they have only fixed time. That's 2 hours. And boys are getting late. They told that I'll come after 2 hours, and they are coming at their home after 3 hours or 4 hours. So means parents won't care about all these things. And boys can manage, but girls, it's hard for girls to manage. So that is why. So girls have to manage many things.
See, it is out of curiosity, you can say, because it is first date to impress the guy extra beautiful or something like that. I'm just saying because I have seen my friends taking it like extra care. She rolls their hair and pins the pin, and oh my god, they do the hair for literally 3-4 times again and again to make sure that they are looking so awesome. See, they already fell in love and they are planning for the date. That means it's already done. So you look no matter, I mean, it is not going to matter much, but still the girls take extra care.
Yeah, and girls especially, they like to be look more beautiful.
Yeah. And out of curiosity, they will end up in the same time, like around the same time, because it's the first date. Out of curiosity, where we are going to go and how we are going to, the tension would be there inside you, right? So automatically you will end up going on time. I hope so. Because I have seen people doing that.
I remember one joke.
Yeah.
I remember one joke. It is not related to the topic, but it is related to makeup and all, right? So the husband and wife were there. So husband used to drink a lot. Okay, he drinks a lot. Miss all the time he is in drink. So that wife says that why you drink a lot, means why you spend money lavishly on drinking wine. You're spoiling your life and you're spoiling the money as well. Why you do all these things? Then husband says that miss, why you go to beauty parlor? Why you spend this much money for making yourself to look good and applying makeups and all? Why you spend this kind of money on yourself? Miss, you need to you also spoiling the money. You're also miss, what to say, that spends lots of money on your makeups and all, going beauty parlors. Then women said that I do all these things for you only. He said, why you do all these things for me? He said, so that I should look good, I should look more beautiful. And the man said that, yeah, I'm also drinking for the same thing, so that you should look beautiful to me.
That's a good one.
Good one, Sashira. Seriously, good.
Okay,
It
so
was nice story.
yeah, that was a nice story. Thank you very much, Ali and all. Okay, so
My pleasure.
do we have another participants to speak? Is there anyone who wants to say something? Khalil and Tom and Julian?
I'm
We are
just
moving-
trying to listen out, guys.
Okay. Thank you for speaking. So is the first impression important? Is the first impression
Obviously, yes.
important?
Yes, of course. Of course, that is absolutely important.
Mhm.
Because, you know, everything can happen in the first date, and especially for men, because totally men can fall in love with in some women in the first date. And it's very important for both of them. And girl can intake boy in the first expression by their appearance, or by, especially by their behavior. It can be very important for the relationship. And maybe you see some men or some girl that are absolutely very gorgeous, very picturesque, but because of their bad communication or bad behavior or lack of the skill of communication, they couldn't interest their partner to themselves, and they couldn't continue the relationship. It's very important. It's my idea.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ali.
My pleasure.
Yes, Huang, what do you say about it, about these questions? The question is the first impression in first date.
I have something to say after Miss Huang. Miss Huang, can you hear us? You're still on mute. Oh, no,
Huang, can you hear us? I think she's not listening.
Okay, I'm gonna just jump in real quick, okay, guys. So I'm gonna actually tie in the last three questions: the place, punctuality, and first impression. One thing that Sarah mentioned that was excellent was if both people are really into it, they're gonna be nervous. They're gonna want to really give off a good impression. So they're both gonna work hard to be punctual, to look good. That's a beautiful thing. However, it's not always the case, you know. So the place. I'm going to tie this in, the place. So normally, you know, you want to be a little bit discreet. You're not going to go to the most popular place in the city. And we have the time to decide where we want to go. And normally it's good to go to like maybe a coffee shop, nothing too, you know, I guess you guys can decide for yourselves. But for a first date, I feel like it's better to be more casual. The fancy restaurant, that comes a little later. You know, the person has to earn it. As far as I'm concerned, at least. Coffee shop is a great first place. You go to a coffee shop and you guys set a time. All right, you know, let's meet at, 7 o'clock in the evening. You go to your coffee shop, and hopefully this is a coffee shop that you've been to many times. Now, the other person, hopefully, they'll be punctual. But if not, you're at your coffee shop, maybe you bring your laptop, or maybe you're just, bringing a notebook and you're writing down. The person never shows up. That right there, very indicative of a first impression. The person, shows up. So all of that just ties in together. And actually, it just comes down to like you finding out your own way of being able to manage these situations. And yeah, and hopefully when you show that you care about the other person, how you're being punctual, how you care about taking them to a good place, hopefully it's reflected, they can, reciprocate that as well. So that's what I feel about first impressions.
The first impression can be said as an opportunity. For few people, it's kind of opportunity, so nobody wants to miss it. So wants to make it more impressive. How much you can make yourself smart or beautiful, you try to do that. And being casual, that's also showing the simplicity. You're not showing yourself, that can be said as show off. Many people they show the different kind of face, different kind of personality, means showing some attitude like that. They're trying to show money sometime that they are rich or they don't care any other things like that. And many girls, they like simplicity. They don't want any person who is showing a lot of things, but actually they are not.
Exactly.
And girls and boys, they can judge. I'm not talking talking about the boys, but girls can judge easily about the boys, that what kind of manner, attitude, or knowledge, or simplicity, or showing off nature they have.
Yes, the truth triumphs. And you're right, Mr. Shashiraj. For example, there's another question saying, who should pay? Should the guy pay or should it be 50-50? And that's also part of first impression. If you really want to go 50-50, or as a guy, if you want to go 50-50, there's no shame. Don't try to, sell your, sell your little brother so that you can afford, because what happens is you pay for that first date, you get her thinking, or even worse, you show off, you go farther than you can, and hopefully she'll understand, but maybe she's not. And then I've seen this happen a lot. A lot of guys chase these girls that they expect a lot from them, and they just keep trying so hard. And in the end, the guy just gets burned out. And it's really unfortunate when that happens.
Yeah, thank you. Sarah, what do you say about it? Do you want to share something?
No, I'm good. You guys already gave the points, as I said.
Okay.
Be true and be yourself. That's it.
Yeah, that's
first impression is the best impression, and of course you are going to show you're going to prove what a kind of person you are to that particular person, right? So you have to show who you are really. You shouldn't show something else. So I would prefer that. Be true. That's it.
Yeah, thank you. Khalil, you're raising your hand. Do you want to say something?
Obviously, yes, I want to say something. That I have left a message and below you can check it out and answer me there. Why don't we tie the knot by parents' choice? This is an interesting question. I hope that you will give an accurate answer so that I can satisfy with that.
Khalil, actually, I'm from Indian background. According to me, like not all the arranged marriages are successful marriages, and so the love marriages. So what I would say from my point of view is like you have to communicate with your parents, even if you are in love. Communicate with them, have a discussion, have a mutual understanding between you and your parent, because they have the experience and you have your own likings. So when both are mutually discussed, then the things would go correctly. So that would be my opinion here for your question.
Do you think that your parents think wrong for you and they are enemies of your?
No, it's not that I'm thinking that my parents' choice is going to be wrong. What I'm saying that is I'm showing what I personally have opinion about the life partner or something. What is my idea? If I have something bad, when I discuss with my parents, I can correct it. And if they don't understand what exactly is my choice, they won't find me the perfect person for me. They may find someone they like whom I might not be liking in future, and I may be hating that person, and then life would be a struggle. So rather than that, I would say having a clear discussion and understanding about what I expect and what they expect would lead into a right choice and the right life.
Were people used to tie the knot by their choices or by parents' choices?
I
The
think I made myself clear that it's gonna be both of their opinions together.
No, you answer me appropriately that were individuals used to get married by their parents' choice or by their own choice? Because I have seen and I have a little bit of experience that my parents, didn't get married by their own choice. There wasn't love marriage. And why this tradition has occurred currently?
Because most of the marriages weren't working out and they get divorced. And when they get divorced, they feel that, oh, this boy in my life who expressed his love was a better choice. I missed it out. So they had this regrets. So because of the regrets, they understood that sometimes love has to be acknowledged. That's when this tradition start. When they are liking somebody, they are going to the parents. For in my case, what I mean to say is I had seen my sisters who are getting married with by their choice, and some of them has become like a failure, and the marriage has ended up into a divorce, and some marriages was successful as well. So seeing that, what my opinion was like, okay, I can decide. It's my decision, but still, it's better to have an elder's opinion. Like, whatever you do in your life, you should always have this discussion with elders to understand what exactly the situation would be. So, an experienced plus a youth together would lead into a right decision. That's how I understood, and that's what I'm thinking about.
Oh well, that's nice, but I suppose that you're trusting blindly on your choice and you think that, or even you may not think, but according to me, some people and especially girls think that their parents' choice would be not appropriate and accurate. So they don't, rely on them rather than they just they find a boy for them as a consequence of when, they get breakup. So they repent at the end. So it should not be happen. If your parents are selecting someone for your life, then you have to uh, serve life by the parents' choice, because they have adopted you. They have been doing so many things for you. You have to sacrifice for that. But if you find your parents are doing injustice with you, then you should not sacrifice for that. Yes, obviously. But if you think that the boy which your parents have chosen, he's really nice and he will make you happy, any sort of life. So you must, abide by it rather than declining.
Yeah, of course. If the person is of right choice and both have clear understanding, like my parents' choice and my choice are both like syncing, then no problem in that. We are going to continue the life. Yeah. And one more thing is that when you make that choice, you see, in like Indian culture, I mean to say that there is this thing that when you marry, make sure you make the right choice. So I would say that discussion matters and then work on it. So it's not that your
Yeah,
parents are going to make a wrong choice or you are going to make the right choice. Always discuss. Both has to have clear understanding. That's it.
you're right. I personally believe, by and large, I know that whoever loves online, or whoever you know, without their parents' permission and family permission. As a result, their marriage goes also fair, as you said, that, both sides are opposite. Yeah, I can say. But as you have brought up that if you have well understanding with that person and that person also, your parents like that person, so you can get married with him. But mostly I can say that should not choose that person who, who will not give them happiness. Parents are everything.
Okay, got it.
Okay, wonderful. Hello, Tabora, my brother, are you there? You want to talk to us? Your mic is on.
Okay, I'm here, but I didn't have a topic.
Welcome. Topic is first dates related. If you have anything you want to share, feel free to talk to us.
Okay.
I see some new people coming in. Hassan, Tambora, I see you here.
It is which number?
Rizwan, welcome.
Okay,
Tambura,
thank
you can
you.
choose any number and you can speak. Any question you can choose and then speak.
Okay, I'm going to read the first. See, can you tell us about your first day? Okay, it is the first day of meeting or what? Please.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I asked if it is the first day of meeting or what?
Yeah. First date. Any experience you want to share? First time meeting with someone that you want to date, someone that you're interested in.
Okay. I want a chance with the question because this question is very complicated for me.
Are you feeling shy to share your first dates information?
No, it is not. I'm not shy, but it
Okay.
is complicated for me. Is it place important? I want to take, for example, the question number 7. Is the place important? Why? I think that the place is important because the place may do that after your meeting. You remember what where you were, and I think that it is very important. It can permit you to get another meeting. I think that it is very important. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, very important.
Very important for me, I think. Okay.
Guys, I request you, please turn on your camera. Let me close the breakout room. Let me invite all the participants here.
Okay. No problem.
We were discussing.
I'm back, guys.
Yeah, Khalid, do you want to say something?
No. Go ahead. I said I'm back.
Okay, you are back.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I'm waiting for the participants. Let them come here, then we'll go ahead. Go ahead. Fine, thank you for opening your camera. Welcome back, everyone, in our main room. So I hope you had great time in your breakout room with your participants, with your colleague. And
yeah, sir.
we discussed the questions, interesting questions about the first date. Many people, they had enjoyed the first date, or many people, they didn't.
Yeah, sir. A lot, because firstly, I didn't have an idea about that,
Okay.
but yeah.
So how did
So
you
that's why,
share answer to this question? You did not have experience about the first date.
yeah, I was just wondering.
Wondering, like me, even I did not have the idea about the first date. So the
How it
time
could be.
I spent with a girl first time, so I just shared that. So the time which you spend with the first girl whom you met first time, you can share that thing. So that can be said as your first date. Many people, they don't have idea what is called the first date. What is the date?
Sir, but I understand that thing, but I don't have a, I don't have a girlfriend. So we are Pakistanis. So there is no fashion that people going dating, and so that's why, because in Pakistan there's strict people. So that's why. But we are talking in cell phones. Sometimes if uh, if they are our relatives, so we went there. So yeah, it's my answer.
Yes, we don't have got this kind of culture to making a GA,
Yeah,
and
No,
yeah,
yeah,
this
but
kind of
some
then
culture is
people,
not in any country. This kind of culture is not in any other country. Means no parents are saying that okay, yeah, just go and enjoy the date. Go ahead.
but I
Okay,
think, sir,
nobody's saying that.
some
These
countries,
kids,
but
teenagers,
it's
they
common.
do all these
It is
things
in other
silently.
country. But it's common in other countries like India and USA, or mostly you will not find anymore dating in Asian country, but Western country and several Asian country, yes, they do.
Mhm. But I think that we have just only heard all these things, right? We can't say.
yeah, sir,
We have heard. All right. And if
yeah, sir,
like we have one participant, Sarah, she's from US. So she can tell about that girls are free, boys are free to date with someone, they are allowed. Yes, Sarah, what do you say about it?
Shashiraj, first of all, a correction here. I'm not from US, I'm from Australia.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're from
Okay,
Australia. Okay, you can tell about the Australia.
yes, I would love to answer Khalil's question. I mean, a discussion here that Khalil, there is good and bad in everything. Okay, you believe that, right? There is two sides in everything. So everywhere, some people are taking advantage of the online social sites and doing dating and stuff. And some people are really traditional, following the values and virtues of life. They are obeying their parents. They're discussing with the parents. Even in my case, I would say I'm an example that I am discussing with my parent if there is something in my life. So I say that everywhere, everything is there, not just Australia or India or Pakistan or any particular country in, okay? So everywhere digital media is growing and everybody is having network access, like internet access, and everybody is having devices of their own. So definitely everybody has secrets. So it depends from person to person how they are taking their secret and living their life. That's it. So I hope this answers your question. Am I right?
Thank you very much,
Yes,
Sarah.
I understood totally right. Thank you very much
yeah.
for
Yeah.
giving me this answer.
Okay. So is there anyone else wants to say something about any questions, answer? Hassan
I just
and
want to say,
Eric.
I just want to say thank you, Shashira. Thank you, Ms. Huang, Sarah, all those that participated. This was a really good topic. It's really good to have these human topics, and thank you guys. Really appreciate it. It was a good discussion.
Thank you very much, Dan.
Okay.
Yes, Hassan.
If you want, if you don't mind, I can say something. I can say that I am an expert in dating because I have dated girls so many times and I'm still dating. Not only the place, but also all details must be really important, especially on your first date. Because on a first date, you have to show your girlfriend you love, how important and valuable she is for you. So that's why all details must be really important. This is my idea. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hassan. Marcel, do you want to say something? Do you like any questions, answer? Marcel, I'm talking to you. Please unmute yourself.
Okay. No question. I think it's clear.
Okay. I just want to say to you that, do you want to share any questions, answer here? Any questions from 1 to 13? If you like any question you want to share with us, you can share. We can have discussion on that questions. Anybody, any other person, any other participants want to speak? Let me read the questions. Let me ask some questions. Yes, Ellie.
Yes. I want to talk about question 30. How are first dates different from later dates? 100% that first date can be very, very different from another date, because for the first date, maybe you know your partner a little, or maybe you don't know her or him at all. And definitely that you wanna show yourself in a very good way, and maybe your style is different from another date. Maybe your behavior is different and you don't know about your partner behavior, but about another date, you and your partner are more comfortable to each other and know each other, and maybe you don't shy do something in front of each other, and it's very, very different. And also both of you trust together, and we can, you can have a more fun time to each other in another date, and it's different.
On the first date, generally what we discuss, what do we talk? I think that most of the time, boys and girls, they talk about career, they talk about family.
Yeah.
All right, they start giving some advices to each other, and yeah, some other plannings they start discussing at the time of first date. So what do you think about all these things? This is the questions for everyone. Anybody can answer. Go ahead, Hassan.
Rashiraj, can you repeat your question? Sorry, I missed it.
My question is that what we talk about at the time of first date, means generally we discuss. I'm talking about myself. Means we discuss about the education, career objective, or we discuss about the family background, or some things recently that happens, any event that happens, or we talk about some places, restaurant, like that. So at the time of first date, we discuss these things. So what do you think about this? What do you say about this question? Hassan is saying something.
Hassan.
Yeah, yes, Hassan is saying something. Yes,
yeah, mostly on my first date, I never talk about my career or something like this. Mostly I try to express myself. I try to express what I like most, what I hate most. And I always talk about my red lines, which are not very flexible for me. And also I try to get some information about her, what she doesn't like most, or what she likes most. So on the first date, I try to understand whom I am talking to. So that's why she should express herself very well, and I should do the same as much as I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan. Sarana, it's your turn.
I had seen my friends speaking that how did you come? Did anybody notice? Are you safe? How long you can stay here? So first they try to get to know the person's safety and everything. And after that, they think is about like the girl may be asking, what made you fall in love with me? How you got this impression on me? Blah blah blah. So the guy would ask the same thing, something like that. They start to understand how did this sparkle happened between them. So that's the conversations I had listened to mostly when I accompanied people for their dates. So yeah, that's my experience.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Is there anyone else who wants to say something? Azita, would you like to say something about these questions or any other questions? Answer.
No, I don't have any idea. I discuss about all of them, not all of them. 10 questions in our chat, in our breakout room. But I think it depends on their culture and their behavior, their customs. A lot of things, I think, are very important in their behavior. What's their purpose for going on a date, for marriage, or just for fun? A lot of things, I think, deal with this issue. For asking question, for even for pay the bill, all of things. It depends on them and their purpose for going on a date. Yeah, my opinion about it.
Yeah, the purpose is to know, to become friend, to be in the new relationships and have some expectations,
Exactly.
coordination, support, and feelings and emotions, all these things. So these are the
Exactly.
expectations. And what is gonna happen, nobody knows. Okay, so that's great.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else want to say something about it? Yeah, guys, raise your hand and unmute yourself and start speaking. Eric. Hello, Eric. Eric and Imran and Dinah, Diako.
Well, actually, in my opinion, I mean, we made two, partner in our lives. First of all, we have to, know each other, our, thought and feelings and behavior. Because behavior is the most important things. So when we meet with new people, new partner, new girlfriend, etc., blah blah. So first of all, we have to know to each other. Needs, actually needs, our feelings.
Yeah, needs and feelings. Thank you. Devisri. Hello, Devisri. Are you here? Devisri, do you want to say something? Devisri and Julian, Guido. Unmute and speak about. Yeah. You can share your.
I'm sorry,
about,
sir. Currently, my network. Cutting out my phone. I'm sorry for that.
That's okay.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
Imran,
thank
do you want to say something more? So we finished.
Yes. Yes. Actually, we have to first of all know to each other our feelings, our emotion, our behavior, and our needs. So it is very important. Yeah, in my opinion. So it is my little, opinions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, Guido, do you want to say something?
About your question, or
I'm asking that if you like any questions from 1 to 13, you want to answer up any questions, you can share with us. Or anything else about the date, about the first date or last date, or any date. If you have experienced something special which you want, which you can share here, you can do that.
Okay, yeah. I think I choose the first. Your question, the first date. I have a experience with my family. When we moved to our homeland to Indonesia as refugees, About more or less 8 years, we lived in islands, in new islands from our homeland. We left everything there, and when I have a call with a friend, I got a new friend by phone. I met a friend, a girl, a girl. Now she is my wife, but I met her just by phone. So when I decided to meet her after 3 months, we make love, and I decided to meet her in her islands. We are live in different islands. So when I arrived in her home, he take me at the in the city, So we come to her house and meet with her parents. Her parents just support her to decided that to marry with me and life with me in her entire life. Because I have come to his home, and they in their culture in here, in their islands is always same. The people same outside, because their daughter is not go far from them. So I'm the first to her. So they are agreed that I and her could life together. Until today, we get 3 kids, and I'm very thankful to the God Almighty. But until today, I realized that I'm a poor people, a poor man. But I am lucky to get a wife like her, that is always support me in hard time, bad time, uh, which is I and her going through every day. So until today, I work. My work is just a farmer. A farmer. Every day I go and planting cassava and vegetables. My wife is happy. Is happy with our simple life, and not realize that she is regret until today. So I'm very happy. I could meet all of you in this group. I think it's a blessing for me that I can study anything new from all of you here. So I'm very thankful from you all to you all. So I think it's a good experience that I have. Just by
Yeah,
phone,
that's an
I
interesting.
can.
So you talked for 3 years with your wife on phone. 3 years or 3 months?
3 months.
3 months. You talked on the phone for 3 months, and she invited you on island. So island is the best place.
Yes,
And and the first day, and she introduced you to her parents, and then you all decided that, yeah, this is the right person, and you got married. So you had a great story. And how easy you got everything? How easy? Just talked on the phone, never met, and then met the first time in her home, and met to her parents, and parents were agreed. So without any controversy, without any dispute, It's easily. So you are, of course, no doubt you are lucky. You are lucky. Great. So that's a nice story. Thank you very much, Guido, for sharing your beautiful story.
Okay, thank you very much. It's from me. Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone else who wants to share something about the same kind of
May I-
story? Yes, sure, Sandesh.
Yeah, thanks giving me opportunity to share thoughts on the date. Basically, date means we are going to hotel or restaurant to eat something. So why we are doing this? Because we are sharing our thoughts, emotions. That's the create bonding for the long time. If the first time you are at the meeting, then we don't know each other very well. So when we are eating something, that's the we are very happy. That's the moment, and we share thoughts, emotion. That's from our heart. And if we are doing inviting someone else to dates, it is fine, because if you want to continue any relationship with him, so it is important to know about her or him. So there is nothing wrong, because if you are going to marry with her, then definitely we should know about her, because after the marriage, maybe we find very difficulties or any wrong. So before that, we come to the know what's the behavior of her. That's the good thing, because after that, marriage will be end up with the divorce. So avoid this situation, this kind of situation we should know. So lots of the emotions and expressions I can see in the. So that it is important to know better to our life partner before that. Even if you are the family member, your parents choose for you, so we should invite her or him for the first date and understand better. So that is my opinion.
That's true. As Guido has shared his story, many people, they are commenting and they are saying the beautiful story. That is, he has also that kind of special skill. He's only talking on the phone, and you persuaded a girl, and you got married. This how you persuaded, how she convinced her parents. So this, you just think about this. It's not easy for a girl to convince without you haven't met with a guy, that guy, and you are just talking to that guy. Is how he has made a strong belief on that girl of himself. So that is not an easy thing for everyone. If people cannot do all these things. People take a lot of time for thinking. Even girls and boys, they take a lot of time for thinking. Let's know more about themselves, each other. So that's a great story. That's a great skill I can say about it. It's a big skill. Thank you. Okay, is there anyone else wants to say something about any questions, answer, anything? Anything you want to share? Any questions, answer? So I think that we all have enjoyed the sessions and the questions, and you people have enjoyed the breakout room with your colleagues. So I request you to unmute yourself and say the best wishes and say good night to everyone. We'll meet tomorrow at the time. We'll be having single session tomorrow.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Special thanks
you,
to
guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for arranging this
and Sarah.
great meeting.
Guido, bye
Have a
bye.
good
Take care
time.
yourself, Guido.
Who is he?
Goodbye.
Diana didn't speak anything. Diana was there, but Diana didn't speak.
Thank you.
Okay, let me
Have
take a
a good
picture.
time.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Guys, I request you, please
Bye,
turn on your
bye
camera.
everyone.
I
Bye,
request you to turn on your
Namaste.
camera, guys.
Namaste. Buenas noches. Chatori.
Okay, I took a picture.
Thank you,
I'll
guys.
share.
So,
Thank you.
yeah,
I don't
thanks.
know who is what, but mix all of the language together. Goodbye. Have a good one.
Yeah, actually, there few words are
Thank
there.
you
Goodbye.
We can
for
say
everything.
goodbye and Shubh Ratri.
Bye bye,
We can say
everyone.
ciao ciao. We can say
Ciao,
buenos
ciao.
dias.
Saprachi, good night.
Buenas
Bye.
noches. We can say buenas
Bye.
noches. Yeah.
Yeah,
Goodbye, goodbye.
So
good,
these
my
3-4
friends,
words we say.
Hassan and. Mhm.
Goodbye.